Thank you for taking the time to read this week's blog post. Want to take a minute and walk you through how we have reimagined traditional audit inspection from a frontline worker's perspective, creating a whole new level of transparency, accountability, and action. What you're looking at here is I've got a couple of devices emulated over here. I've got a worker and I've got a supervisor. And over here I've got a supervisor task board, which is a desktop application. And currently it's showing any open observations or corrective actions that haven't been resolved, as well as the check statuses, so what's available for today, and check results, what has been completed and what are the results of those checks. So I'm going to go over here as a worker, and there's a number of different ways that you can assign checks to individuals, to assets, or to zones. In this case, this worker has a zone info button here, and they're in the assembly zone, where the supervisor is currently in the drill press zone. The assembly zone has a daily rotary success check that needs to be completed. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that check, claim it, and go ahead and perform the check. So this is conforming. This is also conforming. Now this certain question is set up so that I have to actually validate that check, so it wants me to go ahead and take a picture of that fire extinguisher to make sure that it's okay. And again, that can be turned on or off per question. And I can validate that piece of it. Now I've asked me about some exposed wires, and I can have a non-conforming situation. So I've got a non-conforming situation. It's asking me to document that issue. And now I can photograph that issue. Add some content to it. And now I have some issue options. I can just attach it to that issue, or I can actually log and escalate it and create a corrective action, which I'm going to go ahead and log and escalate that issue to a team lead or a helper, or however you define your escalation path. And I'm going to acknowledge that I'm completed with this check, and I can complete that check. In the meantime, that supervisor was notified that there was an issue, corrective action was created, and somebody needed some help. And over here in the dashboard, you can see it automatically populates as something that needs to be resolved, and the clock is ticking as far as how long it's taking to resolve those issues. As a worker, I never lose visibility to anything that I do within the system. So now I can go ahead and, as a supervisor, view this request, view the details. I can claim that observation, or I can assign it. Maybe it's a maintenance issue, maybe somebody else needs to take care of that issue, or maybe I push it right back to that worker. I can mark it as resolved. And now I just want to validate that that has been resolved. So I'll go ahead and photograph that resolution image. Add some content. And mark it as repaired, resolved. And what you'll see is immediately that issue will go off the supervisor task board. But more importantly, throughout this whole process, that person that submitted that issue never lost visibility to that observation. So they saw that somebody had picked it up, their teammate, and they also saw, more importantly, that resolution. And that resolution helps them understand what was done, so maybe they can actually fix it the next time. And within the supervisor task board, now as a supervisor, I can go ahead and see what's left that needs to be done and what kind of timing it needs to be done. But I can also see the check results that have happened for today. And here's that success audit. And I saw that there was 2 issues and actions. I can drill into those and see what they were. I can also look at how my team has been doing for a month, a year. It shows if they can't perform that check, they can actually give a reason why, or if they miss checks. Checks can do a whole lot more than what I've shown today, and when we combine it with our machine learning technology, it gets a whole lot smarter. Fill out a Contact Us form, and I'd be happy to walk you and your team through a more detailed demonstration. Thank you for your time today, and have a great day.